What's good, everybody? What's up? It's Anthony Blake Jr. back with another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. Back with basically the update prior to week 14. Update of my fantasy football teams that happened in week 13. As we know, let me vent real quick first. Let me vent real quick. How can I say this? Outside of my subscribers and anybody that listen to my different ways of fantasy perspective, and hopefully you guys that's been watching, you can understand the rhyme and reason and the method to my madness and why I like certain people, the way I draft, the running backs early, the running backs heavy, and not just any running backs, but running backs that are durable, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you understand that, and not necessarily needing elite wide receivers to be able to make the playoffs and to be able to pick lead running backs and everything that I've promoted. You know what I'm saying? I try to teach you guys from my 2 decades worth of fantasy experience to help you guys get to the playoffs and crush. Hopefully you understand that, and hopefully we'll have a better year next year on top of having the success we have this year, because you should only be able to fine tune and get better. Having said that, outside of the subscribers that I help and the little ones that hit me up a lot, you know what I'm saying? Kanoa more directly because he hit me up a lot more than anybody else, I believe. But let me see. I'm gonna try not to ramble here. But what I'm trying to say is, it's 3 people that are close to me locally that I actually help. Like, I want to say internally, people that I know personally. And one is my son. He's 24 years old. You know, we drafted. You know, I say we drafted. He drafted right here in my kitchen. And I coached him through his drafting. He drafted players he wanted. I was only there to advise him who to pick or what group of people to pick from. And he basically picked his own team with, you know what I'm saying, with my type of direction / supervision type of thing. And I've done that with 2 other people. My son and his team name is Baby Prophet. You'll see a lot of my stuff's named Prophet or something. But so it's my son Trey and Scotty. He's actually a homeboy of my son's. They graduated together from high school. He made a mistake. He kind of got up late for his draft. He missed the first round, and he didn't take my advice for a trade in order to rectify something that he had they messed up on because he missed the first round. But so he's kind of down in the dumps with that because you couldn't be behind the power curve, and he had a little bit of unfortunate injury, and so he kind of lost enthusiasm. So he's waiting for next year. Third is Derek, and Derek makes me want to strangle him. I know him from my cousin, good dude. I am helping him in his 10-man league, and he's been right on point. I called him during his draft, at the beginning of his draft. He got an awesome team up. I helped him past couple years, but through the fights of people not knowing who Jonathan Taylor was last year and didn't want to pick him in the 5th round, they bought into the system. Okay. My son, he's in a 12-man leagues. He's fighting to get second place to get a bye. So we'll see what happens this week. So he's doing great. And Derek is on the top of his two conference league, and he'll have a bye. All right, so he's doing great. But the thing that frustrates me is because, yes, you guys can see I've been not doing like the Ham and Egger episodes. For one, because I'm busy, and during this time of year, slamming mail in mailboxes, being a mailman, it's kind of busy, and me being a single father and stuff like that and moving around. So I'm trying to get serious because I want people to win fantasy championships. So I'm less about the play. And I might put that in every once in a while, like I say, but it's not paramount because I'm really trying to fine tune. But recently I've been trying to contact my son, and Derek to make sure their waivers were good to go. Because although they're in great positions, I want to know what they're doing to make sure they don't make a mistake. It's almost like me trying to advise and make sure people don't pick Christian McCaffrey in the first round. That people don't pick Ezekiel Elliott in the first round. You know, those type of things. To make sure people don't step on landmines. And to make sure you got to play keep away as well. I just don't like when people say, oh, well, I don't need to do waivers, I'm good. No. You always need to do waivers. I don't care if it's my team. Based on things that happen week to week, you're going to always be able to find something that you can tweak or either do. If it's not for this week, to prep for the next week. You know, like in my league of record, my first league, my primary league, I got Denver's defense for week 14, but I got them last week on last week's waiver. And I played Tampa Bay week 13, you know, so because that was the right thing to do. But you can't just wait till the week comes and then try to pick somebody, because chances are that person's going to get picked up, and you have to be speculative on your fantasy decisions. So, and I be wanting to know what's going on. I ain't doing all this hard work for nothing. So it's kind of frustrating with me when I sacrifice these hours and this time, and people don't let me know what's going on. Let me know who they picked up in waivers. The ones that are close to me. Not to say everybody else should just take in my information via YouTube. So I have a little issue with that. And because you didn't do waivers, or if you did waivers and you messed something up, and you know what I'm saying, I don't know what you did, or I can approve it or not, that can be the difference in you losing. Because somebody may get something that you didn't get that you could have, stopped them from getting. It's a lot of transactions. You see San Francisco running backs he's acting up. You can probably pick him up and keep him away for somebody. You can add other speculative ads, other defenses. You can't just play a defense just because you got a defense on your roster. It has to be solid, and you have to be look forward to other things as well. All right, that's my rant. Because that's been bothering me, because I told somebody to call me last night when they got there and running the damn streets, and they didn't do it. So I'm sure they either didn't do waivers or they did something messed up. But we'll see, because I ain't going to reach out to him about it. He got to get with me. All right, now, what we're going to do is start with my team number 3. We'll start with that real quick just to get the bad taste out my mouth. Remember, I had 3 teams. My first team is the team of my league of record, the one that actually is the Fly Like an Eagle team that was established in 2001. And it's all straightforward. It's best record throughout the season, and best record, then points if it's a tie. The second league I'm in is Sky's the Limit League. It is also a 12-team league, half-point PPR. The first one was standard. This one is half-point PPR, 12-man league. Top 2 people get to bye. Championship game is in week 17. And so we're going to start with the third league, which was the Fantasy Footballers League, which is the Megalodon league that had 15,000 players in it and a whole bunch of 12-man teams. Now, mind you guys, remember when I told you after week 12 that I thought that the playoffs started like week 13, but they started week 12. So basically, I did not maximize my lineup because I made the playoffs, because I think the first top 2 of the top 3 teams in each division go to the playoffs, but you don't play against the team that you're putting in a lineup against. You're playing against the field to be in the top 50%, because each week, after week 12, week 13, week 14, week 15, the top 50%, until it dwindles down to week 17, and the person that gets the highest amount of points wins. But I did not know it started week 12, because I'm dealing with 3 different teams, and I'm doing my own thing and stuff like that. I didn't know it started that soon. So basically, I was worried about just beating my defender, so I was being conservative and played Elijah Mitchell instead of playing Cordell Patterson at my flex, because I believe he had a higher upside. And that costed me, because I had 102 points, and the cutoff for that league to be able to advance was 111. And Cordell Patterson had like 26 points instead of the 9 points that, 7 or 8, 9 points that Elijah Moore had. But nevertheless, so I'd have been advancing. But I just wanted to let you know that after, I'm going to follow it, and it's going to probably mess my head up. But I just want to know, and just for content and let you guys know, week 13, after week 13, I'm just saying, if I would have knew it started week 12 and I'd advanced because I'd have had more than 111 points if I'd have maximized my lineup, knowing what I know now, I would advance not only advance, been in the playoffs week 12, but I would advance after week 13 because the cutoff was, I brought the paper, I did the research, the cutoff after week 13 was 119 points. So everybody above 119 points continued. And last week, well, this past week, as you can see, it says week 13 right here, results. I had 166 points. 9-4. Granted, I'm not playing against that person. Well, that person, I think that person went to the playoffs, that person. Not sure. Brady had 40. Jonathan Taylor, 27. Patterson, 12. Mooney, 5. Lockett, Conklin, Demont, Elijah Moore, Rams defense. And Colts and Panthers on the bench. So I had 166 points. So basically, I mean, this team would have been advancing and I'd have been playing week 14. Had I known that I wasn't playing against my opponent, my lowly opponent, week 12, and I was playing against the field. I'm just going to follow, let you guys follow that along just so you can see it. And me just so I can torment myself. So that's that. But I did. I'm sure that would have beat. I think the highest score that week, last week was like 190 something. So I'd have been way at the top. No Taylor this week. So I'll play. I'm gonna start Tom Brady. No Taylor. So it'll be Patterson and Dillon will be my two running backs, and my flexes will be Elijah Moore and Montgomery. And my wide receivers would be Mooney, Lockett, Conklin be my tight end. And I would play Carolina defense at playing against my Atlanta. So we'll see how it works out. Let you guys know. But nevertheless, I just want you to know that this was a legit team, and it would have been still making noise had I not made that blunder week 12. Okay, now screw that. Let's get to the league of record, the team number 1 in fantasy football, flawless, and it's called Fly Like an Eagle, which is it actually is by its standard scoring, 12-man league records by best record and in points. Last week, I won. And again, another 9-14. 9-4. My cousin, and he's a past champion. He's 10-3. He almost lost last week. This is 12-man league. So I'm at 9-4, man, with a 3-game win streak. The guy that's at the top, Cable Guy, is my cousin. He's a one-time past champion. I've won this league 4 times. The guy that's in 3rd place, he's won it 3 times. He's trying to time it. But my cousin, he had a bad week from Tyreek. Just a subpar week. He didn't have Debo. And he won by 4. And he only won by 4 because the guy that he was playing had Henderson. And he played Henderson as his RB1. His RB2 did fine. He played Henderson thinking that he was going to play against Jacksonville, and Henderson did not even play or even take a snap, I don't believe. And Henderson had a 0. And first place dodged a bullet and only won by 4. And the guy that almost beat him, he had Josh Allen. And Josh Allen, couldn't connect with no touchdown when he got out in the red zone in that bad weather game. And so he got a 0, but had he played Josh Jacobs or either Deontay Freeman, both of them had 17 points, and he would have won before without Josh Allen basically even taking a snap or even basically having to score like 1 or 2 points. But it's hard to get into that first place. But I just got to keep winning and hope he loses and I keep my points up. So I got to let you know, got to show you what the score was and what the weekly results were. But I was kind of worried in my league of record because I didn't want to lose, obviously. And franchise, let me show you what happened last week. Okay. I played a team called Beantown. He's a past champion as well. I scored 145 points to 134. That's week 13 hit his results. Tom Brady gave me 35. As you can see, like I had Tom Brady on the other one. Because I was Tom Brady truther this year. Easy pickup for the 4th round with confidence. Tom Brady 35 in this league. Pollard 13. Jonathan Taylor 27. Lockett 13. Metcalf 7. This is standard scoring. Elijah Moore 15. Knox 1.4 in that bad weather game. Tyler Bass. And defensive personnel, Tampa Bay defense gave me 12. So that's for 145 points. And to 134. He got close. He had that Prescott. He had to give him a 15. Zeke, slow, old, washed. Gave him 5.5. He played against Zeke and I played Pollard. Wasn't even scared. Pollard outperformed him by 8. Gibson put up a 20. Sorry. Keenan Allen balled out. Patterson had 10 because he's a wide receiver in this league. Sutton didn't do nothing. Kittle had 31. Was not afraid. He scored 134. I won by 11? So, 3-game win streak in that one. This week, I'll be playing week 14. I got Jonathan Taylor on a bye, right? So that might scare a lot of people. I play my rival that's in 3rd place that has 3 championships and trying to get 4. I actually play him this week. But I'm actually playing. Obviously I don't have Jonathan Taylor this week, but this is who I'm going to be playing this week. I'm going to play Brady against Buffalo. I'm going to play A.J. Dillon against Chicago Sunday night and Tony Pollard against Washington. Those are going to be my 2 wide receivers. It's a 2 running back, 3 wide receiver set up here. See, you only see 3 wide receivers here, don't you? Because I don't overvalue wide receivers. Now, granted, I'm going to go get a wide receiver on the waiver tonight because we have waivers on Wednesday night here. Lockett, Metcalf, and Elijah Moore. Those are my 3 wide receivers I'm starting in a 2-3 format. Going with Dawson Knox. Put Jeffrey Simmons back in the lineup. I'll cut one of these defensive linemen, probably Buckner, who knows. Micah Parsons, Boyer, and I'll play Denver defense that I picked up last week and play Detroit against Detroit. And I'll bench Tampa Bay's defense against Buffalo because that's going to be a shootout, and that's not going to help me as a defensive team, right? Okay, right. So I picked up Denver because guess what? Denver shut down KC last week. Shut him down. Nobody popped off. Kelsey didn't pop off. The quarterback didn't pop off. They held Tyreek down, so that's saying something. Detroit got their little Super Bowl victory last week because they finally got off the snide, so they'll go right back to it. Mind you, they played Minnesota, and everybody throws on Minnesota. So that's going to be my lineup for this week. But I won in that league, so I'm basically 9-4. And I was 9-4 in the other league. You know what I'm saying? The Fantasy Footballs League, the one that I'm just keeping track of. So I'm in 2nd place in that league. And the reason, again, I show you guys show my team, so I'm not one of these people one of these fantasy football YouTubers that sit back and be like, oh, yeah, well, I got this in that league, or I did this, or I did that. No, I'm showing you guys exactly what happened on my teams. You know what I'm saying? On my teams and what actually happened, and that's important. Transparency is very important to me. So this is the second league, playoff league. Top 2 get a bye, 12-man league, half-point PPR. Sky's the limit league. My first time in this league. And I'm going to show you what happened here. Got another W. Man, I've been winning like crazy. I think I won the last 3 weeks. I was 3-0, which is crazy. And basically this week I'd have been 3-0 as well because I would have advanced in the other one. And I won in Fly Like an Eagle, the one I just showed you, my legal record one, and I won in this one as well. So it's just been popping off. All right, so here. This is the second team, team 2. You see Team Profit there. 9-4. More importantly, look at that win streak right here. Where is that? Come on. Look at that win streak. 6 games. 6 games. I'm talking about on fire. That boy ain't playing. So just think, I was 3-4 at one point in time. Second place. These teams are out of the playoffs since it ended today. But actually, so basically I've clinched already. Playoffs start week 15. It's week 14, and I actually can lose, and I still have the bye because I'm 9-4 and in sole possession by 2 games. But I'm still going to play because I think I play Detroit King, so I'm just not going to give him a win so he can get to the playoffs. So he actually got a win, and I'm going to put some work in against him. I did my waivers yesterday, and I picked up. I have Patriots defense in this league, so they're on a bye. So I ended up picking up. I picked up Denver, and I got Denver last night. Denver, and I got them in Denver in the second round because there's a lot of defenses that was good defense that was on waivers this week to stream. So I got Denver second round, but the first round I picked up KJ Osborne, and the reason I picked up KJ Osborne is because Pittman is on the bye. So let me show you last week 13's results. Did I win? Was it close? I don't know if it was a close game or not, but I'm going to show you the results. No, it wasn't that close. 102 to 86. You see week 13 here. I played against Wentz. Josh Allen had a rough game in the snow, but it didn't matter. I already had the game locked up. Patterson. I played against Mixon, Wentz, Mike Evans, Brandon Ayuk, Dawson Knox, Williams. That's what I played against. He only mustered 86 points. And I had 15, 12 from Patterson, 5 for Mooney, 14 for Pittman. Higbee I played for 7.5. This half-point PPR. Pollard, Gibson, Tyler Bass. Tighten up. Vikings defense. Nick Chubb was on the bye. Dylan was on the bye. And that's my bench. I didn't play Patriots because I didn't play them against Buffalo, even though it's crappy. Antonio Brown with his stupid suspension. All right, so that's that. So I showed you guys that I've got the bye and don't even need this victory for week 14. But guess what? I'm trying to make it 7 straight games, and then 8 straight games, 9 straight games, and 10 straight games to win it all. And this week, let's go to the matchup this week. So I can let you guys know and see what my matchup looked like for this week. Here you go. Come on, tighten up. Okay. Playing against Detroit King. Come on, man. Get right. I don't like that. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on here. We need to back up. Okay. Team Profit against Detroit King. You know, he's in the playoffs, but if I beat him, which I plan on it, and things fall wrong, he can actually fall to the 7th seed and fall out. He got to earn it. So I got Josh Allen going against Tampa Bay. He got Aaron Rodgers, Robinson, I don't know, Kirk, David Moore, Kittle, Holiday, Hubbard, Crosby, Panthers. It's just not a strong team going against my team. I have Josh Allen, Patterson. Patterson as my RB1. Josh Allen, Patterson. My wide receivers are Mooney and Osborne. I picked up Osborne this week because my boy Pittman on the bye. So my 2 wide receivers are Mooney and Osborne. Tyler Higbee is my tight end. Gibson and Dillon are my running backs 2 and 3. Or basically, my running back 2 is Gibson and my flex is Aaron and AJ Dillon. And because he's going to kill Chicago Sunday night. And Tyler Bass and Broncos defense against Detroit. Chubb is on the bench. Yeah, can you believe that? Chubb is on the bench. I am choosing. Hell, Pollard's on the bench, but I like Pollard this week. I'm playing him in my other league. I got Rondale Moore on the bench. Let me tell you something. I was asking people who they thought was a better player. And I'm going to ask you guys, and I want to know what you guys, if you answer. Who's the better player? I'm starting at running back Patterson, Gibson, and A.J. Dillon. And I'm benching Chubb. A lot of people's like, oh my God, you're benching Chubb. Listen, man, Chubb had like 7 points the other week when they played Baltimore. Baltimore been showing up. I don't like Cleveland's freaking offense. Both of those teams go slow. Hunt is in there too much. Okay? And I just think because of the matchup and what's going on, I think he got a low ceiling this week. So I'm benching him. Some people say, oh, well, you're just benching him because you got to buy. No, that's not true. Because I'm the type of person I'm going to put in the best player. You know? It's just that simple. So I want to know, y'all think I'm wrong for playing Dillon, Gibson, and Patterson and benching Chubb against Baltimore? Or is that, you can see how that can work out? Some people just see Chubb and like, oh my God, you can't bench Chubb. And I'm like, why the hell not? Why not? If I think my other players can score more. So we'll see how that turns out. But it should be fun. So that's my accountability, my team accountability. You know, so hopefully you guys are doing well. Let me know if you're making the playoffs or what you're looking like this week and where your team's at. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know, listen, I want to make sure y'all win. My victory is, look, I can win 1, 2 of these leagues or whatever, and that's cool. But if you guys win, if you guys make it there, if you guys take something out of this knowledge that I'm feeding you, you be able to persevere, you be able to hoist the trophy, that's what means something to me. Listen, like, comment, and subscribe if it's your first time. I may eventually end up pinning this video to a short that I'm going to do later. But hey, listen, this is Flawless Fantasy Football. I'm Anthony Blake Jr., over 2 decades worth of fantasy football. Here at Flawless Fantasy Football, you're going to hear what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this way is the best proven way to make it to the playoffs and be able to hit on league-winning players and be able to crush the competition and avoid pitfalls in fantasy football. Flawless Fantasy Football, until the next time, holla at your boy.